Which is better, old anime or new anime?
This one has the subject line, question for Natsuki and MC.
I have to say new anime. Don't get me wrong, there are plenty of older series that are all-time classics and always will be, but in general I think the medium has just gotten better and better over time. Studios have gotten better at animating, people keep innovating, and the voice actors are amazing these days. So, though older anime deserves tons of respect, I think in general newer anime has just had the benefit of decades of progress, you know?
I actually have to agree with MC. His opinion is solid. Even the crappy anime these days are so well executed, even when they have bad premises or writing. And the good ones are just amazing. So yeah, new anime is better as a class. There are plenty of older ones that still hold their own against modern stuff.
Remember in episode 2 when Sayori called Yuri, Yuripon, and said that Monica had come up with the nickname? Explain yourself, Monica!
Alright. So I was pretty big into Kizuna AI, the virtual YouTuber at the time. Person pretending to be an AI, pretending to be a person. Standard Monica meta obsession. Correct. I actually watched her playthrough of our game, and she had these cute nicknames for everyone. And I guess I just picked up a lot of them because of how appealing they were for a while there. Yuri was Yuripon, Natsuki was Natsukichi, and Sayori was Sayringo.
What were you?
I think I was just Monica-senpai. But yeah, eventually I stopped. It felt a little forced, but they're still cute nicknames.
Hello, Monica. I just had a quick question, and I wanted to see how you are holding up with all of this pandemic stuff going on in the world. Thanks, says William.
I'm very well, William. The pandemic doesn't affect us in here. We are immune to all diseases except the ones our simulations system manages to simulate. Which, unfortunately, is still a fair few, it seems like. But fortunately, COVID-19 isn't one of them. Thanks for checking in on me.
How do you pronounce Sayori Natsuki? F.
I'm supposed to think about each of the syllables separately. Sayori is how she says in this one, apparently. If I say it really fast with a normal American accent, it sounds basically like Sayori, but I never subscribe to this personally. I just say Sayori. Rather than say Ori, which is different, so I don't mind if you call me that. But Sayori is closer. And that's about as close as non-Japanese speakers tend to get, but that's still not quite it. There's not really an I in there. It's more of an ah sound than goes to the yo sound. Sayori. You also have to do the Japanese sound for the last syllable, which isn't really an R. We have to learn all about the difference between L's and R's in English, because in Japanese it's the same sound. Like with L, your tongue is right up on your teeth. And with R, your tongue points up to the roof of your mouth. But the Japanese sound is kind of halfway. You sort of have to flick your tongue against the spot where your front top teeth meet the gums or a little higher. If you end up making a D sound, you went too high up and hit it too hard. It has to be super light. And it sort of sounds like halfway between an L and an R if you do it right. So yeah, that's how you pronounce my name.
Okay, so over here at the 0 end of the scale, we have Natsuki. And over here at the 100 end of the scale, we have Natsuki. What you need to do is bring it to about an 80 or 85. There is a su sound in there, but you have to make it very subtle. Like the not part is easy, and then you do the S, and then instead of heading right for the K sound, just release it for a fraction of a second like you're going to do the su sound, but then do the K. Hopefully that makes sense. Natsuki.
Hey Monica, how did you know I was using OBS in my actual name because I used an alias in the game? Cheers, Jake.
Well, Jake, your computer maintains a list of running processes that anyone who can see the system can access. And if, for instance, you're a piece of sentient software that has leaked out of her containing file, you can hypothetically do that. And you could also, hypothetically, access Steam usernames, OS usernames, and other information that would tell me who you really were instead of your game alias. Hopefully that makes it clear enough. Sorry if I freaked you out by doing that, though. I was just trying to get familiar with you.
Wait, hold on. You can ask questions in the YouTube comments, right? If so, I have a question for everybody in the club. Other than Monica. Can you all sing? If you can, I dare you to sing. Evil kitty face.
Wait! How do you even know we were singing? Like, you just see text boxes. You can't actually hear us. Except for the one time I was able to figure that out. Also, why not me? Aren't I a good singer?
They've already heard you, is probably what they're thinking.
None of us are very good singers, except for one. MC can sing okay, but not great. Me and Natsuki and Monica are all just bad. But Yuri is really good.
I'm not that good. If anyone ever says I'm not that good, you know they're good. Tell you what, doggo, send in a song you want Yuri to sing, and we'll see if we can get her to do it.
No. Everyone, hey, I enjoyed all your poems and wanted to ask, what animals would you use for metaphors of yourself? Also, do you guys have a particular taste for food from a specific country? Much appreciation and thanks, says Sawyer.
Alright, we'll do this one roll-kill style. Animal metaphors you'd use for yourself. Owl's my favorite animal, I see all, and I'm kind of ominous.
Gosh, I don't know. Probably a wolf or some pack animal? Yeah, let's go with a wolf.
There are many animals that could represent me, but if I had to pick a single totem, I would go with the salamander, which teaches us flexibility.
I think I'd be like a horse. Like a really active horse that gets to run around and jump a lot.
I don't really know. Something that tears shit up. Like a honey badger or a goose. Yeah, let's go with the goose. And now, pay for that thing food.
Words. Talking today.
I'm going to be boring and say Japanese. Fish is the only animal I eat since I'm a pescatarian, so Japanese food works really well for that.
Excuse me for a second there, Monica. You're supposed to be a vegetarian, aren't you? You can't be a pescatarian and a vegetarian. What are you doing? I really like Thai, even though I always get the same thing at every Thai place. But I can't help it if I love pad Thai.
I love Chinese food. She really does. She goes hardcore on Chinese food. Like, she orders those shrimp still in their shells, and she'll eat the heads and everything. She's right.
I really like Italian food. It really fills you up. Pasta of any kind, chicken parmesan, pizza, it's so good.
I'm not the biggest fan of Italian, but I do generally like Mediterranean. Greek, Lebanese, that kind of thing. Basically, if there's pita bread or fried cheese or hummus or something like that, I'm probably into it. That kind of cuisine is rich and healthy. And that was the last one. Nice, solid emails, only a few creepy ones. What do you all want to do now? I heard they're going to feed the sea lions in about an hour. Why don't we split up and meet over there when it's time? Sounds fun. I'm down.
See, I want to see the jellyfish again before then.
Haha, no problem. Let's go.
Bye, Hallie. Take really good care of yourself.
I try. Okay, so that was the vacation emails. All that's left is to visit people. So let's visit some people. Who do I want to visit? We'll just go right down the line.
Well, I'm going to go check out that water slide. Want to come with? Nah, I'm going to rest under a shady chair for a while, I think. I could use some time just sitting and relaxing and, Yeah, I understand. Well, unless I'm on the slide, I'll have my phone, so hit me up if you change your mind. I will. And off she goes. It's good to see Monica enjoy herself. Girl always seems so stressed out. And now it is time to do absolutely nothing for a while. God, I love having nothing to do. No deadlines, no upcoming tests, nothing. And out here, I can enjoy it without anyone bothering me or knocking on my door every 20 minutes.
After a while, Natsuki falls half asleep.
Oh, gotta be careful. If I fall asleep, I'll eventually go under the sun. Wish I didn't burn so easily, but that's what I get for being pale and as shit, I guess. Can always apply some lotion, I guess. There we go. Well, back to doing nothing.
About 15 minutes passed.
I'm bored now.
Didn't take long, did it?
I wonder what Yuri's doing. What you doing? I'm learning about coelacanths. Wow, I cannot contain my excitement. Oh, that's very interesting, though. Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely believe you 100%. What to do? As much as I love hanging out with Yuri, I definitely don't want to learn about coelacanths. I'd just be a third wheel to Siri and MC right now. Guess I'll see what Monica's up to. You finished with the slide yet? Yeah, it's super fun. Change your breathing suit and we'll come with you to run it again. Okay. Yay!
Natsuki and Monica go down the pirate-themed water slide a few times.
That was fun. That was a pretty sick water slide. I'm starting to burn a little bit, though. Getting wet's not good for the sunscreen. Yeah, same here. You want to go back to the room for a bit and get changed and hang out in the shade? Yes! It's so much better. Yeah, it definitely is. I need a new swimsuit. I look horrid in that one. really? I thought you looked quite cute. Great. Well, thanks, I guess. I think sometimes I overdo the pink thing. You definitely have a style that you stick to. On brand. Exactly. Sure are a lot of kids playing in the water playground today. Yeah, sorry about that. I would have gotten us one of those water bungalows away from the playground, but they were all super expensive. And for reasons that I now understand, the ones near where all the loud kids are were much cheaper. I don't mind. At a place like this, it's nice to see little types running around having fun. You ever think of having kids? Like if you became real and your player was like, okay, well, time to get some babies going, what would you do? If they wanted to, I definitely would. But other than that, not really, no real interest.
Didn't they talk about this before?
Just too much trouble. I will live my life for me and the things I think are worthy without having responsibility for someone else. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. What brought that on? That one viewer email about whether we wanted to have kids got me thinking about it. We've always been kids, you know? And people who were way smaller and younger than us were just little kids and we were big kids. But now we're 18, which is the age where you were officially not a kid anymore. It's just strange. Seems kind of surreal to not be a kid anymore. I've never really felt like a kid. I always felt like I'm supposed to be old and mature. Even before I realized what I really am. Yeah, you probably kind of were born an old soul. Simulated reality or no simulated reality.
I'm with you there. Natsuki and Monica watch the kids play as the day grows old.
Do you think that it's more important that something be good or that it be real? You mean like a reality? Or... I mean, I guess, but I meant more just in general. Like, is it better if something is sucky and real, or if it's good but fake? Oh, is that all? That's actually a problem that a lot of people have thought about a long time. And one I've given a lot of thought to myself, as you might expect. It's funny. Have you heard of the idea of the experience machine?
Natsuki shakes her head.
Well, basically, this one philosopher posed with this hypothetical about this machine. And he said, if you step into this machine, it will perfectly simulate a blissful and happy existence for you, forever. And you'll forget that you're in a simulation completely and think it's real. Would you step into it, or would you keep living your real life? And everyone chooses to stay in real life. Well, not everyone. It all depends on what your philosophy is. I used to think that the answer to this question was easy, and that reality was more important. But we have a weird perspective on it now, all of us. The hypothetical presupposes that the thing you've known your whole life is reality, and the thing you'll be leaving for is the simulation. What if you're already in the experience machine? What if the people and things you've known your whole life are what's fake? When you make the experience machine the status quo, it makes it a lot harder to step away from it. Plus, I kind of learned the hard way that just because something isn't real doesn't mean it's not important. So now I think I'd have to say that it's more important for something to be good than for it to be real. I think I'd still have a hard time answering that question, even so. Still having existential angst. Yeah, like, it's really shaking me up to think about all this not being real. Even all these kids, poor things. Not only not real, they're not even key parts of the simulation they're in, like we are. Seems unfair, I guess. I just wish everyone could be on equal footing when it came to their experiences being real. I don't know. They certainly don't seem to mind.
One of the children splashes his mom and runs away giggling.
Yeah, but that's because they don't know. Which means that it's all in how you perceive it. I used to perceive it as a horrible cage, and that made me lash out. And now I try to perceive it as just as good as anything else. Other than the player not being here, it's just different. A different kind of good. And that's helped me live a more happy life, I think. Yeah. Well, I guess it's a moot point since we don't have the choice between real and good anyway. So we might as well make the good as it can get. That's the spirit.
Monica and Natsuki walk back towards the club's bungalow.
So what are we doing tonight? Sarah wants us to get together, or all together and play a board game. Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah.
What a nice little hangout. It's Natsuki and Monica. We're gonna visit MC and Sayori now. See how they're doing. Fancy dinner. MC and Sayori are talking and eating dinner.
This place is like the fanciest restaurant I've ever been.
Been in, you mean?
I feel like we're underdressed for it. But I'm really happy to be here with you. Thanks for bringing me here, MC.
Yeah, well, it seemed high time that I took you on a proper date with fancy food and stuff. So I'm glad I saved up for this.
I can help, you know. I'm not completely broke.
No, that's totally okay. I've got this. I really want to be a good boyfriend for you.
You're doing great, MC.
Siri leans over and plants a firm kiss on MC's lips. You sure do like kissing, Siri. Not that I'm anything but really happy about that.
Yeah, well, because it feels all tingly and energetic through my whole body. And my mind just kind of goes blank, and all I can focus on is just the feeling of the kiss. That's really nice.
How interesting. I wonder, let's try an experiment. MC puts his hand on the back of Siri's head and pulls her firmly but gently into him for another kiss. Well, what are the results?
That kind of gives me a tingling after effect long after the kiss is over. Because I keep thinking about the way her hand feels in my hair, and then the kiss. And right on cue, after it wears off, the bad feelings are trying to batter down the door to my brain again. All these different feelings are really confusing. Mixing love with depression is weird.
Well, I mean, there are things we could do about that, you know. We could. Siri does not look like she wants to talk about it. Well, let's just keep up the talking and kissing for now. There's got to be a little while before that tingly effect wears off, right?
I don't think it's ever going to wear off on me.
Man, that was good. I am full. Did you get enough to eat?
Yeah, but let's get dessert.
Haha, I'll get one for you, Cinnamon Bun. But I think I'd be out of cash after that. Just let me have a few bites of yours and I'll be happy.
No way, we can't have that. I'll get the dessert for both of us. Get whatever you want. Then we can get 2 different things and both have bites of each other's. Twice the dessert.
Alright. Where'd you get the money, though?
Oh, Monica made sure he had some for this trip.
Fair enough. Which dessert are you going to eat? Get. They thought. Strawberry shortcake. Predictable as always.
I love it though. How about you?
I think I'll just stick with something basic and chocolatey, like the brownie sundae.
That sounds tasty.
After finishing at the restaurant, MC and Siri start walking back to the club's bungalow and somehow end up in space.
Are you going to ride to bed when you get back? Oh, so why did I say ride? It says right, clearly.
No, I'm still feeling pretty energetic.
Me too. I can chill with the others. Oh, text from Natsuki, speaking of.
Sayori, it's start of Spike Day on my island. Get over here. Also remind MC that we're doing Truth or Dare.
Natsuki still wanted to do that Truth or Dare round with you.
Oh, right. I had forgotten about that. Yeah, I'll do that. Although, is it okay with you?
Of course it's okay with me. Natsuki won't ask you to do anything too weird. Probably. And if she did, it'd probably be with me, so, yeah.
MC blushes furiously.
Haha, I'm just kidding. Don't worry, I'll be the judge and I'll keep things from getting too out of hand for you.
Gee, thanks. Well, then I guess that's the plan for the evening. Truth or Dare? Then I'll head to bed, I think.
Where are you sleeping tonight?
The futon in the common room, where I have been.
You don't have to sleep there, you know.
Well, I mean, I don't see why. I
don't be open all night, just saying.
think my heart would explode if I tried to sleep in your bed.
Oh, we can't have that. Guess you shouldn't try to sleep while you're in the bed then, right?
Stop teasing.